Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it's Sunday, so it's time for Scraplift Crafternoon, a hop where a group of my friends and I find a layout that inspires us and we scraplift it. This layout is by Niki Rowland. It was created for Hip Kit Club, and so I was thinking that it had her name up at the top, but it didn't. If it did, I didn't see it. So anyway, I am actually going to use Hip Kit Club. It's a new day, and I used this the other day, Friday, for my Mixed Media Mayhem combined with my Iron Crafters Challenge. And so this is a picture that will be facing. So I'm going to use some of the same things on here and of course this collection. One of those things being this piece of periwinkle cardstock. So I have my papers. I have my embellishments. I have this fabulous picture of my kiddo and his teacher. And this wonderful layout by Niki Rowland. So let's see how this goes. So first things first, I'm going to cut this stripey bit, and I think I cut it right around 5 inches because I didn't need a bunch of paper used up, and I wanted to make sure I still had some. Originally my plan was to mat my picture in it, but I changed my mind, so I do cut another 1.5 inches off so that I can use that yellow side for the second torn paper bit. Now I do believe her torn papers don't completely come across all the way. Maybe at the top, but maybe not completely at the bottom. Just peeks out at places. Mine's going to come all the way across. And here's what I do, because I have many times torn the paper and then attached it, and then torn the next paper and attached it, and that doesn't always work because depending on how janky or, how you tear your paper, it may not come all the way across. There may be holes. So I attach it and then tear it. That way I know it's going to follow the same kind of line I want, as well as not leave holes where the papers connect. So I just did the same thing on the other side, and then I'm good to go. So I'm just going to get that down with my ATG, and I do need to go and trim. I'm looking at it now. There's a little smidge that hung off, so I need to go through and trim that off. But other than that, I love the way that has come out on this paper, and the way that yellow paper peeks out. It gives you a break from the periwinkle at the very far right, and then the periwinkle background paper. So I did pull one other paper out, and I decided to mat it on this floral, and then I'm going to use the back side of the floral as the little piece that kind of sticks out. Now hers sticks out in her layout to the right, and mine is going to go to the left because of the way that I cut the paper. The little purpley periwinkle colored stripe is on the left side. So I just use that, and then I'm going to tuck it in, and then I pull my embellishments out and pull out the ones that I want to use. And I'm so excited to say I use every single one of these, and then I think I pull a couple more things out too. So sometimes I pull way too much out, and it's fine, except you gotta put it all back. So I do believe I use everything that I have pulled out. I may exchange, I exchange one heart for another, but I use all of the things. So I cut this frame in, not completely in half, but I cut it to where part of it would be that extra little layer that's over on the right, where, like I said, she's got a couple pieces of what looks like some torn or cut papers and maybe a little frame. I've just got the frame on one side and then the paper on the other. And then I'm just going to start layering things up and adding all the embellishments. Now, I was going to tuck this little memories in, but I had already taped down the picture. So then I decided I would use it up at the top where she's got that little wordy bit up at the top on that black and white stripe. But it's not going to stand out over here where I need it to because it's orange and yellow over there. So I matted on a blue and white striped paper that was actually star paper, and that is what I used on my Mixed Media Mayhem and Iron Crafters Challenge. So I'm bringing that same color into the layout. that's going to be facing it. Plus, like I said in the beginning, this periwinkle background paper is the same paper I used for that layout. So I'm going to start building all my clusters over here on the left side of the picture, just like she has. Mine are going to go almost completely to the edge on the left, and hers are a little bit more close to the picture, but it's still a pretty good, like almost an identical, except my picture is a little bit bigger as well. I believe her picture's probably like a 3x4 or something like that. It seems a little smaller, but I had already printed my picture and I didn't want to lose too much of it. And since that's just the one picture on here, I wanted to make sure you could see all the details and his graduation certificate and everything. Super proud. So I did bring in some florals, and I did bring in, there's actually like this school thing. It's got like textbooks and things like that. And so I tucked that in there, over there on the left. And then this little, I think it's a raccoon or something, in a box, and the box says "Be Brave." I just thought it was really cute. So I put that on there because he's graduating, moving on to high school, and I feel like that's something that she would totally say to him. This is one of his teachers that he had for 3 years. He adores her. She adores him. And so that's why I went with the "Life is cool and so are you," because I feel like that's something that he'd say to her and she would say back. But I also put, "You've got this, celebrate today," and I'm so happy I could pop down below the picture. And then I've got like this little wordy bit that says "Take care, darling," and put that on here because, well, I don't think that sounds like something she'd say. The gist of it sounds like something she'd say. I would probably say that. I also tucked in a label up at the top and a tag. And I used the rest of the frame since I didn't want it to go to waste or anything up there at the top. So that brings in some more florals up there, those orange florals. And then just tuck some leaves in some different places. Added that little camera up there at the top. And then she's got like this little sprinkle of mixed media and hearts that are going from the upper cluster to the lower cluster. So I start with the star that says "Gold Star" and put that down. And then I have these hearts that I add. And then I'm going to bring in a couple of little smaller flowers to kind of give it a little bit more oomph in there as well. And then I picked these black little leafy bits to tuck in, just because I thought it was a little bit of a, kind of a rest for you with all the bright colors and everything on here. It doesn't add any more color. It just gives you a little bit more filler. And then I put like a typewriter up at the top, says "Be happy," so there's not that abrupt ending to that white piece of paper that's back there. And then other than that, I'm going to bring out my Tim Holtz enamel accents, and I'm going to put little dots all throughout the little clustery bit from the top to the bottom. And then I'm going to give my one butterfly down towards the bottom some butterfly trails. And then I'm going to do a little 3 dots over there next to the frame on the far right. And that will be it. I love the way this turned out. I love this paper. I'm so proud of myself for using it because it's one of those papers that I love so much I don't want to use it. I hope you will go and check out the description box because all the information we have for Niki Rowland and the Hip Kit Club will be there. I believe there is a video that goes with this on Hip Kit Club's YouTube channel. Also, all of the amazing ladies that I scrap lift with on Sundays, the playlist will be there. It is so fun to watch because it could be 3 videos, it could be 6 videos. It's fun to watch how all of us are so different and in ways we're similar. Sometimes you'll see us using the exact same products. It just depends. So I hope you will go check out all of those ladies. Give them a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I hope that you all have a fantastic day. Come back and see me again real soon, and happy scrapping.